Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So here we are. It's been a few weeks since I posted my Ulta haul, and now it's time to update you on how these items have worked for me. So if you have not watched that video, my hair today. If you have not watched that video, make sure you go watch it right now. I put it in the cards and have linked it down below for you so you don't miss out on that. But if you have watched that video and you're ready to see how I feel about these products, then make sure you keep watching. Okay, so I have been testing these products for probably about 3-ish weeks, and I feel that I have a pretty good idea of how they work, so I think it's time to tell you what I think about them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with everything. I don't really think there's much left to say. So yeah. First, from Wet n Wild, I have these two products right here. It is their Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the Dulce de Leche. The name is really confusing. It's called Contouring Palette Contour. Then I have the Mega Glow Highlighter, and it's in the shade Golden Flower Crown. Now, this highlighter is, oop, that lid gets me, is very beautiful. It is what I have on my cheeks right now, and as you could tell, it is freaking blinding, and it's very inexpensive. So if you want a really nice highlighter on a budget, I think that this would be really good for you. I'm not sure if it would look good on deeper skin tones. It might, but probably not on the deepest. I feel like it could be maybe a little bit too dark for me if I'm at my palest. So just keep that in mind, but I really have been liking this one. And when I went to the Bahamas, that is the one that I took with me. Also because it was cheap, so I was afraid, you know, like if anything broke, at least it was only a couple of dollars compared to my Amrezy one, which was a lot more than just a couple. The contouring palette, I absolutely can't open this. No, I love this. Now, while this is huge, you're gonna get so much life out of this because it's gonna take quite some time to go through this product. Now, I love both the contouring and the setting side. It's probably more like the highlighting side, but I'm not that technical. This contour shade, I feel, is maybe a little bit too warm on its own for my skin tone, but then when I put on the bronzer on top of it, it just really like evens it out and makes it look really, really nice. I haven't found something that I like to contour with until I found this, and this was perfect. Like, it just does such a great job. I cannot like rave about it enough. And then I actually really like this powder, the highlighting powder, to set my under eye. It does a really good job and prevents it from creasing, and it's really soft, so it works super well. And it, you know, brightens underneath there as it suggests. Oh, I have something else from Wet n Wild. Sorry. I have their Photo Focus Pressed Powder. Now, I don't know what shade this is in. I think Natural Beige. It is too dark for setting my under eye. Even when I'm using like my regular Tarte concealer or my, I have a ColourPop concealer too, it just darkens everything. That's pretty unfortunate, and if it's doing that now when I have some color to my skin, it's really gonna do that when I don't. But what I do like this for is just setting the rest of the face. But if you're looking for a powder and you're about my skin tone and you're looking at this one right here, I don't suggest it for under the eye, but it does a good job for the rest of the face. Next from Flower Beauty is one of their blushes. Now, this is in the shade Peach Primrose, and their blushes are just the prettiest thing I've ever seen. I mean, they did right, but it is Flower Beauty, so. But no, this is the blush that I have on my cheeks right now. It is the perfect peachy color, and it pretty much matches any look that I've worn it with. And it's such a great texture, and it lasts a long time throughout the day. So I really, really do enjoy this. Next are these two blushes from, let me get it right in my hand. These two blushes from LA Girl. Now, this one is just peachy, and this one right here is just natural. So when I'm looking at the just natural one by itself. I was a little nervous because this is just natural, this is just peachy, because I thought it was a little bit more vibrant than what I was wanting and not like mellowed out. It looks really mellowed in the camera right now. But when I put it on, it is very light, so you can build it up, which means you're not putting on too much color all at once, which is really good, especially if you're a beginner, because less is more. Just keep that in mind. And blush is especially something that you can just really ruin your entire look with. So I really like that these are buildable. They both are. And then just peachy is really, really pretty. I've only used it a couple of times, but I would say like in person it's a lot more peachy than it looks on camera. I think it looks kind of mauve-y, like a light pink mauve-y kind of deal on the camera, but it's definitely peachier, and it has a slight sheen to it, but nothing too intense that I hate, because I don't really prefer a sheen in my blush. And then the Just Natural is matte. Next are these two things from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So we have the beautiful Amrezy highlighter. Every time I open this thing up, I'm just like, because it is so freaking beautiful. I mean, even just like the viewfinder, I always like get lost in the viewfinder. I'm like, yes. This highlighter is definitely beautiful. If you can afford to splurge on this, I highly, highly recommend. It's just so like flawless, and I mean, it just looks good with every look. It's, if you're looking for that bling, this is it. They did a great job on this highlighter. Like, I feel like this is the one for 2018. Did this come out 2018? Next up are their pretty new bronzers. Now this is the shade Rich Amber. It looks so freaking dark in this pan. Like, it freaks me out just looking at it. And like, there's no way that's gonna look good on my skin. And it's actually a lot lighter than what you would think once you swatch it. And it kind of like, I don't think that it goes either way in the terms of cool or warm. I feel like it's that perfect in-between color, and it's so buildable that, I mean, I have to pack it on. I have it on now. It allows you to be able to build that color without going super overboard, and that's what I really love about it. This is my favorite bronzer. I'm having a hard time, or at least had a hard time, of finding a bronzer, and this just like really does it for me. I also am loving putting it in my crease like I did today on my more simple days, and it just gives some color to the eye and kind of defines it a little bit without having to put too much effort into your makeup that day. It's just, this is such a great bronzer. I love the formula. Very soft, last all day. I would definitely recommend that if you can afford to splurge on these, I think that you would not be disappointed. Next is my MAC Fix Plus. This is good. It's a setting spray. The mist is heavenly, and it smells really nice. But it's a setting spray, so I'm just like, yeah, I mean, you know. But it is great. I probably would repurchase that when I run out of it, and probably the full size, but I'm glad that I got the travel size, and honestly, this will probably last a good amount of time. It's a pretty nice sized travel size. Next up are these Sleek and Shimmer Illuminator Stick Duos. So I have not really played with these too much. I did play with this one in the shade 01. The dark one is 02. And I have that on my lid, and then I popped it into my inner corner. Now this is a really pretty inner corner highlight, and I definitely like it. And here they are swatched out, so they definitely like have some sheen to them. But I do not think it's, you know, extreme or doesn't really compare to the Amrezy highlighter or the Wet n Wild highlighter at all. This dark one in the shade 02, I think it would be too dark for a face highlight, but it could look really pretty on the lid. I'm a couple hours, not hours, I'm a couple like 30 minutes in, and it has creased on my lid, but it didn't say that that was the intention for the product. It's more like for your cheekbones. I just forgot to put this on before I powdered, so I had to use something else. Because like with cream products, you're supposed to put those on before powder with your cream, like your foundation and your concealer, then put that on, then you powder. So I will test those out more. They are kind of chintzy and cheap, so I'm not really sure that if you're spending a couple dollars on that, maybe you could save those couple of dollars for something else that you would like more. And then last but not least is this Essence gel liner that I have not used. So I really don't have much to report on that. I'm hoping to use it soon. It's been in my drawer, but I've just been forgetting, so going on vacation, then coming back and getting caught up with work and everything, I just really haven't had time to really play with a gel liner, but I definitely intend to, and I will keep you posted on that. But that is everything for this video. I hope that you like these haul updates to really give you a breakdown of what I think of them and, you know, give you a nice little review, because I see a lot of hauls, but I don't see a lot of like follow-up on that. And it's kind of hard to keep track what people think of stuff when they aren't sitting down and telling you like, here's what I hauled a couple weeks later. Here's what I think of the haul. So I got this idea from Rach Loves. I don't think I've ever mentioned that in one of my haul updates, but it's definitely something that I got from her. I don't know if she's the first, but she's the one that I watched that does it, so that's at least who I have to reference about it. So thank you, Rach Loves, for giving me this idea. I am glad, and I like to do it, and I hope that you guys do. If you do, please make sure that you give it a big thumbs up so I can continue to make these types of haul update videos for you. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that little notification bell if you could, just so you know you don't miss my videos. And that is everything, so I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys!